We're going to start with the dal today, and this is made from these green lentils, but this recipe you can use for almost any kind of dal. You can also use it for beans like chickpeas or kidney beans or whatever else you like. But if you're using kidney beans or chickpeas, you need to soak them overnight, or else use chickpeas or beans from a can. So today I have this dal which has already been cooked. Would you take the lid off?
There you go. Oops.
Here.
Beautiful.
We've been boiling this for some time, and you would do this for any dal. You boil the lentils or the beans and make sure that they are soft.
About how long does that take?
Well, we cook these for a little more than half an hour, but if you're using orange lentils, they'll go much faster, and if you're using bigger beans like kidney beans or chickpeas, you would want to cook them much longer. So you just keep cooking them in about 2 or 3 times the amount of water that you use the lentil, and you just keep cooking them in water until you find that they're soft enough to eat. If you're using orange lentils, you can even use a blender and make it into a smooth dal, like a soup.
Wonderful. Fantastic.
So now I have over here a small blender, and if you don't have this, you can use a coffee grinder instead. And I'm going to put in some onions and some garlic and some ginger.
I can smell it. Delicious.
And some green chilies. And if you don't like food very spicy, you don't have to put this. All of these are optional. If you don't like garlic, you can leave out the garlic. I'm going to put in a bit more onion later on as well. And I'm just going to grind this into a paste. Okay, so now we have this paste. I'm going to put a few more onions just to make it, and the paste is coarse. It doesn't really have to be a fine paste. Just to give some more flavor, I'm putting in a few more onions.
I noticed you did that in steps, where you first did some onions with the garlic and so forth, and then you added more.
Yeah, that's because ginger and garlic needs a little more blending than do onions.
I see. So if you kept doing it, it would turn too mushy.
Yeah. So here's the paste now, the end result. And you know, if you don't want to make it into a paste, you can also finely mince the garlic and the ginger and put in the onions, and you can put it all into this like I'm doing with the paste. Now I have this pot which is hot, and I'm going to put some cumin seeds into it. You can use cumin seeds, or you can also use mustard seeds, or you can use both of them. It all depends on what flavors you want for that particular dal. Today I'm just using the cumin seeds. And because the pot is already hot, you can even hear them sputtering. And when they're sputtering, we know it's ready. And we're going to put a little bit of asafoetida.
Asafoetida is?
Asafoetida is a root, but it makes the lentils really digestible, and we just put a pinch of it. And it's always put in Indian dals. And you can buy this in any Indian store or Asian store.
Great. Probably even online, I would guess, nowadays.
Yes, probably.
Okay. Wonderful.
And then I'm going to put in some curry leaves and some cloves or cinnamon. Today I'm just going to use the cloves. And then you can see that all this, can you smell it?
Delicious, yes.
I'm going to put in this paste and fry it a bit. And you can see that I'm frying it here without any oil.
And you're not worried about it sticking?
Because it's really low flame, it's not going to stick, and the cookware is also thick bottom cookware. But if you find it sticking, you can put a little bit of water instead.
It looks like the onions are producing a little bit of water there too.
Yes, they are. And that also prevents it from sticking.
Where am I going to find these curry leaves? If this is something I don't remember seeing at the grocery store.
Right. You can find them in an Indian store, but you know, if you don't have them, it'll work well just without them as well.
Okay.
Because you don't need to use all these ingredients. You can pick and choose some of them. Now I'm going to use this curry powder, and usually Indians don't use curry powder. This is just to make it simple. We would make our own blend of some of these spices, but just to make it easy for you, I'm using curry powder. And I'm going to put the curry powder in so that it roasts as well. So I'm roasting in the curry powder. And now when you get the smell of the curry powder, we put in the tomatoes. So now I'm going to cook these tomatoes until they are well cooked. Okay, they are done now, and I'm going to add the lentils. Can you help me with this? Yes.
How about if I come on this side?
That's great. Thank you.
Do you want the water with it, or?
Yes, it will
so
be
does
nice.
it all go in?
Yes, yes, it all goes in.
You just dump it all in?
Yes.
Okay, there we go.
So here we have this lentil curry, and we're just going to let it cook for a little while so that all the flavors seep in, say around 5 minutes. And you can add more water if you would like it more liquidy, or if you like it really thick, you can just let it cook a little bit more. There we go. And now I'm going to add a little bit of lime juice just to give it that zing, and garnish it with cilantro.
I adore cilantro, but I know there's some other people really are not so keen on it. Is that okay to leave it out?
Oh yeah, cilantro is just a garnish, and we don't really need to use it. You can use parsley instead if you like, or you can just leave it out altogether. We don't need to use any of these ingredients, except I think the asafoetida. You can mix and match whatever you like, and so every recipe will be a little different, and every recipe will be interesting.
So it's now cooking, and it needs a few more minutes?
Yes, it's almost done. Okay, so now the dal is ready.
Smells
And
wonderful.
I'm going to add a little bit of salt to it.
Which is also optional, I presume, if a person wants to have it or to not have it?
Right.
Okay.
And here's some for you to try.
Okay, well, thank you.
How is it?
It's delicious, lovely, and that's how you make a healthy dal.